How's your spirit? I am super chill, super peace. Uh, I am looking at some things behind the scenes here, just making sure that it's working properly. It says you can invite guests right here. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I would like to do is grab the link and post it, and I don't remember quite how to do that. It's been a long time. But anyway, I've been discussing a lot with you recently the things that I did when I was a chef, right? Um, and as a daycare owner, I had to do this also. So it became something that my family, my children, were accustomed to, and that's doing safety drills around the house. When my children were small at the daycare, we had a specific way of going about it. And uh, I had to figure out how to get anywhere from 3 to 6 children out of my house and to a safe location, knowing that I would be the last person out on 11 o'clock. Okay. And it's relevant because today I do my best to help women and men and children get out of domestic violence situations. Okay. So, and here's how I fuse these things together. So, we were required to have a tackle box or any type of box that had all of the children's information in it. Okay. And that was by my front door, along with a first aid kit and weather conditions, season specific, go bag that included everything that the children might need. Okay. Um, my eldest was required to grab the box and whatever bag that he could carry and lead the children out to the stop sign at the end of the cul-de-sac. He was not allowed to stop until he got to that stop sign at the cul-de-sac, and he was to remain there until the authorities showed up. And when the authorities showed up, his job was to point them in the direction of the home, let them know that we were still there, and then hand over the tackle box because it had everybody's information in it, including mine and my children. Pardon me. Then, by order of age and their ability to assist with another child, my child would take another child out to the stop sign. That would leave me to secure the house and make sure that the smallest child was out. However, oftentimes, rather than carrying another bag, my eldest was taught to take out the smallest child because that's a baby he could carry on his hip in a tackle box and get down the street. Okay. And so that's how we made it. We also knew, and I taught them that the windows were egress and how to get out the back door. But in case of a fire, we would be stuck because we were in a cul-de-sac. They had to get all the way down the street and they could not miss a beat. I don't care if another adult comes out. You don't go to another house. You keep going because they don't know protocol. Only you do. And you've got to hand that over to the fire department or the authorities and they will know what to do because I was a both a military run daycare and a state run facility. Okay, in my home, right? So this is how I made sure to teach my children safety and understanding without making them afraid of a threat. Uh, so threat analysis comes really easy to me, uh, and I just realized that it's one of those things that our children have been experiencing that I experienced as a child that our parents really didn't experience in the same way. They went through big old air horns and sirens letting them know that something was coming, so they had time to run. When you end up in um, a school shooting situation or a bomb threat situation, that's a different scenario. And if you haven't trained for it, if you haven't drilled for it, if you've not been through it for other reasons, you simply don't know what it is. And that's what the diagnosis of complex PTSD is specifically. Um, Children who have been through war and now constantly live in a state of hyper awareness because they've been through war. We're starting to see signs of that around the country of America, and our children have never been through an active war situation. So we're trying to understand those of us who are in the game of early childhood education and development, you picking up what I'm putting down, want to understand why the height in the autism cases, why children are showing up with signs of complex PTSD and dissociative identity or disorder, which is, in other words, autism. An autistic child has complex PTSD with dissociative identity disorder. That's just the name that you gave it because autism separates it from the children of who. You don't want to get them shit. You feel like they earned it somehow. Being inside of your borders, not from your shores, or whatever the hell is. So you paperclip their identities, so to speak, to their tragedies. And you ensure that nobody listens to me. Now do you understand? Had you listened to me when I said we need to move like this, you need to be aware of this, we are in danger of this as a community of people who are global minded. We have to recognize that now is the time to teach others how to do this thing at home. What do you think the first channel says? Home healing. And there's no way in hell I'm gonna let somebody steal that shit and make a YouTube jail cell out of it. Not for me or anybody else. Here I sit, waiting for the United States government to get its act right. Because pretty much they're the only ones who are not in alignment. Contrary to popular belief, I will let them drop a bomb on me. It means nothing to me if it means a change for the people in the country who are left behind. Do you understand? Lucky for you, before that, we do have states' rights. And I just might try that shit, Mr. President. How you gonna stop me? All I got to do is get 100,000 people or so to swing my way. At least think about it, sir. How many do you think have already started the process in your own party? Think about that. Sometimes there's safety in numbers, even when you feel like you're 40 miles behind enemy lines. Because living my life has never been a crime. Neither is telling my truth. You chose to make a monster out of it. I chose to display my genius and my missing teeth so that everyone knows, Mr. President, there is nothing that you can do to me. You can't shake my faith in me, the Most High God, my friends, or my family. You just thought these people you sent to me were friends and family. You don't know what it is to be military family, Mr. President. We depend on each other to show up every day, to put that shit away and focus on the mission. I know, because I had to call captains and sergeants and family members and tell them what was going on with the mission. I was that tiny little cog in the wheel way back when that gave everybody peace of mind to do their jobs otherwise. I never batted an eye. I asked them to do one thing for me. I said, if my husband was to ever die downrange, don't come to me first. Go to my father and then come to me. And it's in your best interest. Bring him along because I love this country. And that includes my children. It'd hurt like hell for me to send them downrange or for them to die here. Just the same. This country does not exist on the heartbeat of one human being. It shouldn't. I'm praying that it will never have to again. Because for the time being, it's my heartbeat that's the drumbeat of this country. And every day I pray that somebody is listening to me. Even when I get disappointed, that they pretend that they don't hear me. It shows up in other ways. And that's how a mother understands her child. Simultaneously, you cannot keep beating up on your mother because it's not in our nature to be forgiving always. That's compromise. And the moment that we compromise who we are in your life, that's the ultimate sacrifice. I sacrificed my life for my country and my children multiple times, whether you recognize it or not, as have many other men and women. At the same time, can't keep asking us to. I won't compromise my values, my morals, my self esteem for this country or this president to feel like they're good people. Right? So I'm not asking these people to decide anything, only that you listen with open mind and open ears. Go back and sit, see what comes in. Like I said, you ain't got to do nothing. Just now, if you truly hear me and your heart's in it, get up and do the right thing. Stand on business, stand on your morals, your principles, your values. Protect your community. Go back to the beginning of this video. I promise to make it short and learn from it. Create safety, structure, and value in your home. I didn't call my children's name out in public. I very often said IC1C3, IC3, or I used a nickname that could be used publicly and wasn't a big deal. That's why it took so long for people to find me and or my children when it came to actually doing me harm. And please understand, people wanted to harm me for being attached to the United States military, married to intelligence, and being a Muslim at that time. Spirituality is a journey. That's why you can't hold someone to their path. They got to be able to grow from it. That's why the proof is in the fruits of their labor. You'll know them by the fruit and or the children that they bear. And the children who were around me, a part of my community, who listened to me, are bearing fruit of peace and prosperity. So it's a good reason for others to start to as well. Not just because I'm a whistleblower, because, well, hey, how do you think I saw these things and protected this tiny community, even when they hated me? I can't say that they don't see. There's a spotlight shined on this community that the only way to blight it out is to have Savannah Guthrie's mother go missing, so to speak. It's just, in the end, no mother should be missing or away from their children. So while I wasn't the first to fight for her, I'm willing to be the last. I'm willing to stay on the ground and look as long as I have to in the way that I know how to. It's just, I don't believe that the FBI deserves a pat back on the back for that. The men and women of this city, I know, I've seen, are the ones who get up and go looking, including me. Maybe thank us, give us some credit. It's our families, our friends, our community. She's one of us, but we're not you, and we're not interested in being. You can't be one of us without being able to keep a beat with the people on the streets of the city of Tucson.